I'm Chris Berman. Let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Chargers squeeze out a 4-point victory. Marshall Faulk stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Redskins pick up win number 2. Rich Loose Gannon took to the air for over 300 yards and helped his Raiders beat the Buccaneers. Down in South Florida, Miami, we had the Dolphins convincingly win by 15. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
We'll shift gears now just a little and have a look at a few trades that should certainly be of interest. Junior Seau leaves the Dolphins and is on the move to the Panthers, so he ought to definitely be a big addition to that linebacker core. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Ricky Manning is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
Bears, Vikings. Dante Culpepper surveys the defense at the 25. Extra receivers split out. That's the tight end. Even though he's got double coverage, heads to the corner, touchdown. What a throw. The Vikings win this one by the final score of 28-3. Over at the RCA Dome, we had the Colts losing by 13. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. Luckily, we had a relatively injury-free week, which makes my job just that much easier. Edgerrin James is arguably the biggest name on this list. A stress fracture in his lower leg is causing problems, and the doctors are saying he'll be out for 8 weeks. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
The Ravens defense pummeled their way to 5 sacks in their win at Paul Brown Stadium. The Seahawks won at home and will have time to savor the victory as next week is their bye. Fred Taylor stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Browns, Giants. Kurt Warner is a threat even though the ball's still at the 23-yard line. Split to the left a little bit in the backfield. Now goes deep to the end zone. Pass underthrown, but it's a touchdown. The Giants go on to win this by the final score of 31-10. Joey Harrington threw for over 200 yards and helped his Lions beat the Eagles. Down in the deep south of Atlanta, we had the Falcons walk away with a 6-point victory. And last but not least, we had the Chiefs come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.